What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City, man. It's your boy NYG, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports, here with my co-host Big Pat Sports Talk, man. And we are getting into what we do over here, New York City area sports, man. So we're gonna kick it up for y'all tonight, man, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to get into. I know y'all heard about these rumors going on with the Knicks, with the Nets, both involving Giannis, both involving other players. We'll see how it plays out. Nets did make a small trade today. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Matt Nagy. A lot of y'all mad about that. We're going to get into that, man. Matt Nagy, of course, the new Giants offensive coordinator. Jets got a new OC too, though. Y'all hear about that? Frank Reich, former Colts coach, going over there to the Jets, man. The coach with Aaron Glenn, former teammate of his. And not much on the baseball news, but we are definitely going to touch on any hockey news that comes across, man. Scores and everything. All that and much more, man. Tap in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already here on Unpopular Opinion Sports, as well as the Aboriginal Sports Network. Got a lot coming for you over here. Got a lot coming for you on the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. We are going to get it busy. But yeah, I'm not a rude person, man. What's good with you, bro, man? What's good with you, Pat, man? Say what's up to the people, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, what's going on, people? Heart of the City. We got a lot of news coming from the New York metropolitan area, as they say. But some Giants news, some Jets news, some offensive coordinators have been hired. I'll give our thoughts about that. Mets, Yankees, haven't heard too much of baseball, but the Nets and Knicks are on fire right now. Some news with those guys. So I'm ready to go ahead and give you guys some New York sports here on the Aboriginal Sports Network.
No doubt, man. But without further ado, man, you know what it is, man. Go ahead and hit it, bro. Let's get it.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. Let's get it. I don't know what's going on here. Can you hit the music? It's not letting me do it for some reason.
You probably got to go back in, come back out.
Hold on. Oh, there you go. Oh, now it's fucking all on. There you go. All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we got you straight now. Let's get into this, man. We're gonna start off, of course, with the Knicks here. Gotta do that because they played tonight. Double overtime, man. Getting the dub against the Denver Nuggets, man. Let me get to the Knicks side of things. But there you see it, man. Jalen Brunson, 42. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 turnovers, 2 steals. Karl Anthony Towns with a double-double, 24 and 12. OG Anunoby with 20. And, Landry Shamet off the bench, 16 points. Mitchell Robinson off the bench, 10 points. So Knicks getting some contribution. But that's a big win. 8 in a row for the Knicks. Trades are buzzing. A lot of talk about Giannis. There are some people that believe the Knicks aren't going to make a trade. And this is a big win, man, against a very good Denver Nuggets team. Jokic and all of them played, so it was an honest win. But Pat, do you think this Knicks team needs to make a move? Now, they are discussing. There's one player they are discussing. That's Gerson Yabusele, the guy you see on the thumbnail there in the Knicks uniform. He is in rumors, but that's just a minor move here if they make that move. But should they be in on Giannis? I don't know. I mean, sometimes you look at the Knicks and you're like, man, they good. And sometimes you look at them, you're like, they gonna get their ass bust when they get to the playoffs. But what do you think, man? Kind of a healthy team to me.
I just think that these guys just need to find consistency. Karl Anthony Towns has to find his way as far as being consistent on his team. And if Jalen Brunson shows up like the Jalen Brunson showed up tonight, now he doesn't have to put up 40 points a game in the playoffs, although last year he was doing like 31 or 32. If they can get a consistent performance out of Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, you don't need anybody. You don't need to make any trades like that. You don't need to bring in a Giannis. You just need to play tough New York Knicks basketball like people know you play. If Karl Anthony Towns gets down there, gets rebounds, 24-12, let's go. I would like to see a little bit more blocks. Like to see a couple of more offensive rebounds if possible.
You don't be getting no blocks, bro.
I mean, he's just gonna have to hold it down in the post. And I said this before. Giannis is Giannis. Cool. If you can get Giannis. But I just think these guys just need consistency. That's it. Consistency and toughness. If they go on that court and play like they did tonight, they almost gave it up, though. It's 2 overtimes, but they beat a very good Nuggets team. They get through this stretch of the East, only maybe 1 loss. They're primed to get close to a number 2 seed, maybe even number 1 seed if Detroit slows down. So I'm not sure why Knicks fans are so hard on this Knicks team, to be honest with you. And I know you're a Nets fan, you hate on them a little bit, but it's I just think they're a good team, and if they just play tough and don't do no dumb stuff, Josh Hart coming off the bench, get healthy. See if Mitchell Robinson can give you some rebounds and some points, 10 points, 8 rebounds. It's very good for Mitchell Robinson. Get healthy, play tough, be consistent. And I think this Knicks team can do some things. All honesty.
Yeah. That Karl Anthony Towns, though, man, I don't know. Like, I just feel like if you could flip him and Bridges, Ninmar. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Ninmar. They stressed me out tonight. Yeah, they stress a lot of people out. A lot of fans. Dannyberry Sports, what's good with you, man? Happy Wednesday. What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
Well, coming from a supporter of the team that y'all got Mikal Bridges from, of course I'm gonna tell you need to get rid of him. I wanted the Nets to get rid of him, and they did, and they got a haul. So hell yeah, if you can flip Bridges in a trade with Karl Anthony Towns and some picks and pick up Giannis, you better do that shit ASAP. That's how I'm gonna put it to you. No cap.
But why is it so ASAP though? This is a good team.
It's a good team that can't get over the hump because I believe they not tough enough. And I think part of the reason they not tough enough is because you got guys like Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. I like Lil Brunson. What they call him? Big body Brunson down there. He a small point guard, but he feisty, he tough. OG can play defense. He's sticky. Mitchell Robinson, you know what he can do, man. He blocks shots. He gets rebounds. Josh Hart is tough. It's them two, bro. To me. And Karl Anthony Towns has had this rep for a while. And with Mikal Bridges, I seen it as a Nets fan. He ain't that dude, bro. It's like we say about quarterbacks, Pat. Like how some quarterbacks and some players is better playing in the AFC or like a West Coast team. I think that's like a Karl Anthony Towns. He's just better in on a West Coast team.
I mean, what is he doing that's so well? He only had 5 points tonight, but what is he doing that's so bad that people are like seriously doubting this guy as being a role player? It's not like he's counted on to be a main guy. He's a role player. He hits tough shots.
It's what they gave up for him, though. From 5 picks.
Can you remind me what they gave up for him?
5 first-round picks.
They gave up 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, that's why they mad.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
And we told them. I know ball, bro. Especially basketball. Like, he's a good player. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get it twisted.
Go ahead, keep going.
He's a good player, but again, if you're trying to build a championship team, you want to get tougher inside. You want to get more versatile with a player like Giannis. Yeah, you include Mikal Bridges in that trade because you already got a better version of him, in my opinion. And I said this when they made the trade in OG Anunoby. It's a better version of Bridges to me.
All right, so let me. He
plays better defense, and I think he's a better bucket getter.
Well, through 50 games this season, he's been giving you 35 minutes per game. Basically averages 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a half, almost 1 block, basically a block a game. He's shooting 50% from the field and basically almost 40% from 3-point. That ain't bad, bro. For a role player,
offensively it ain't, but the Knicks' problem is they need to get better defensively.
But you got OG Anunoby for defense.
Yeah, you keep him.
Karl Anthony Towns for defense.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Brunson. You got Josh Hart coming off the bench for defense. You got Mitchell Robinson for defense.
Give up a lot of points though. Look at the Knicks. Points
it's the Nuggets
that they. I mean, it's not just this game. It's like throughout the season, they're not a good defensive team. Knicks fans in the chat, are the Knicks a good defensive team statistically? I could look it up for you real quick, man, but I ain't gonna do that, man, because I got other business to get to here on this show. But they're not a good defensive team. From when I watch them, just watching them, we watching this game. Man Cave calls him. Shout out to him. He was on the call tonight. But they're not a good defensive team. And I think you can get better defensively by moving off of Mikal Bridges. You ain't getting rid of Brunson. You ain't getting rid of You know, again, right, Neymar. You see what I'm saying? You're not getting rid of Brunson. I mean, Brunson is a liability defensively too. Don't get it wrong, but he's your leader. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. He's the heart and soul of your team. You gotta keep him. Karl Anthony. Now you want somebody to play with him that can play off of Brunson a little bit better, in my opinion, than Karl Anthony Towns, and I think Giannis would give them that. Now, I get what you're saying. It's not something that they need to like go out of their way to make, but I'm saying if you offer them that and they say no, cool, you're not going to overload the trade. You know what I'm saying? But if you could say, if we can give you Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, whatever else, however y'all make that money work in them trade simulators, and you know, whether it's a 3-team trade or whatever, and you flip that for Giannis, what y'all think, Knicks fans?
I mean, like I said, Giannis is Giannis, but it's like, I don't know, man. In New York, man. You know, I'm from Chicago, and I'm down here in Louisiana. So, but you New York dudes, bro, like y'all crazy. Like Mikal Bridges is not bad. He's not.
Defensive rating, yeah, that's a different stat though. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Alexander.
What's going on, Alexander? I think you called the games with Man Cave, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to you. Cool, I think man. That's him. If not, my bad, bro. But 12, I think you be 12, on the call with Man Cave.
Yeah, well, if they're 12th in the league, then if you're saying they're a good defensive team, then cool. But I haven't seen it in the playoffs, and they have been lacking, you know, when they played teams. And look, man, the Cavs just got James Harden. Like, teams is making moves, bro. They coming for the Knicks. Boston ain't went nowhere. Detroit is still there.
I think they made the Cavs weaker, but go ahead. I think we'll say that the Heat check, but go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I do think though I do think they can make. I don't think they need a necessary move, but I think if it's out there and you could do it now, the Bucks probably don't want to make a move right now. They want to wait till the summer. It's more beneficial for them. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, if you could do it, I'm taking that trade.
I mean, yeah, I'm taking the trade because it's Giannis. I mean, if it was anybody less of caliber, I'd be like, hell no. But it's Giannis. I get it, Knicks fans. But why is it so much urgency? Like, y'all just need to get rid of Bridges, and you need to get rid of Karl Anthony Towns. And I get it. Karl Anthony Towns pisses me off too sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But if you keep this team together, you got the Boston Celtics without Jason Tatum. I think the Cavaliers just made a mistake for James. I can't win the playoffs hard. Detroit, they're good, but they're still a very young team. The Magic, I think you can beat the Magic. Like, who's out there in the East that can really stop y'all if y'all playing on y'all game? I don't think there's anybody in the East that can stop you. The Heat, maybe if they get Giannis, but that ain't gonna happen.
Look, man.
I don't know, man. I think
somebody's gonna trade for Giannis. You better hope it's in the Western Conference. That's all I'm gonna say.
If he goes to the Heat, it's gonna be a problem. But I just think this is their year to do it. This is the year to do it. Because the Pacers are not the Pacers. This is the year to do it, man. But I do agree. If you can get Giannis, you go get Giannis. He still, I think he just made 30 years old. He still got about 5 to 6 more elite years left in him. So I don't know, but it just depends on what you're giving up. If you have to give up your whole bench, Cat Town and Mikal Bridges, you better make sure you run that offense through Giannis. I'll tell you that if you trade for him, and I'm not backing down off that. That offense is going to have to run through Giannis. I know you got Jalen Brunson, but Giannis is most effective when it's ran through him. And that I'm not backing down off that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of offense you're running. Like I said, but Nimar says Bridges has been playing trash the last couple. See, and that's the main thing right there. It's that Mikal Bridges, man. That joker right there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's sketchy. You know what I'm saying? He's sketchy, inconsistent, and defensively, like I said, OG Anunoby's a better defender. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, but we could leave it at that. The Nets are also involved in possible Giannis trades. I think that's a very, very long shot. But there are talks out
Giannis case.
Yeah, I hope so for the Nets case too. I mean, what do you got to give up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and then where you going? Like, he's gonna get frustrated and be out of there, and then you're just gonna lose picks, lose him, and be right back in the same boat with like you did with the other guys, man. So I'm not with that right now at this stage with this Nets team. Nick Claxton is being rumored to be traded as well. I don't know. Michael Porter Jr., of course, he's out there. I don't think the Nets. I think the Nets need to be patient. Because you got the summer, you got the draft, you know, and you want to let the season play out before you start getting rid of these young guys. Let a full season play out. Get a full game's worth of tape with them together playing, and then decide who you want to move off of, what you want to do with the roster. You know, right now, you halfway the games in. Jordy Fernandez just got the team. He's still mixing and matching pieces, trying to figure out who doing what and how. You know, but the Cam Thomas rumors are out there. The Michael Porter Jr. rumors are out there. The Nick Claxton rumors are out there, man. I say, man, just let them dudes play it out. Because at this point, you're not improving. Most you're going to get back. Okay, so they flip. Let me get to this trade here. Give me a second, man. They get this dude from Ochi. I can't, man. These names be killing me, bro. You take a whack at it, man.
Ochai Agbaji. Ochai Agbaji.
Agbaji, yeah.
Yeah,
Agbaji. Yeah, okay. But they get him a second rounder in cash, a multi-team deal with Toronto. I think Boston was involved in that trade. It says they're not done yet. We'll see what they do. Like I said, it's very underwhelming, man, to see a team just keep trading, as if you're never satisfied with the roster. And if you're never satisfied with the roster, you got to look at who's building the roster, don't you?
Facts. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You more in tune with the Nets than I'll ever be, because only thing I see with the Nets, man, is you guys don't want to develop talent. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm analyzing. You get 5 first-round picks, and you're still making trades. I mean, 5 first-round picks, man. You can at least try to get 2 or 3 of them to pan out.
Right.
If you get 2 or 3 of them to pan out, that's at least 2 starters and a guy off the bench, at the very least, that you can count on and depend on. You just get Michael Porter Jr. Now you trying to trade him too? You just got him, and he was balling. So what are you gaining by trading Michael Porter Jr.? Another draft pick? You just had 5 first rounders.
Well, they trying to get. It's like they trying to get worse. They still doing that trade to tank thing that NBA. I don't know. And that's why this GM need to go. You still doing this?
You're gonna keep doing this till you get the number 1 pick? It's a lottery.
They got this plan to tank for 2 years. So this is the second tank year. Last year was the first, apparently, from what I'm being told. You know, if Leaf comes on the show, you know what I'm saying? He could probably get more into it. But the plan is to tank for 2 years and then start building, or, you know, by that point, have a contender or start to build a contender. Start contending, and within the 3rd year. That's the plan. Like, people act like you can't put a team together. And yes, you can do that with trades. You know, sometimes you can flip a superstar, which the Nets don't have. You done already flipped a superstar. And the guys you got for the superstars that you flipped, you done got rid of them already. And Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Anyway. So you could do it like that, you know. Remember, the Thunder did it with Paul George. You know, you could do it like that, but you ain't doing that now because you ain't got nobody. So what's the point in this?
And I thought you were gonna try to build around Cam Thomas. Or at least have Cam Thomas to where he can be the best scorer that he can be and put some people around him to open it up for him. Now you get ready to get rid of Cam Thomas. You get ready to get rid of Michael Porter Jr. Like, what are you doing? You just gonna have a bunch of first year, second year guys on your team? Like, I don't.
They saying, Chris Paul. Okay, so it was the Clippers, and Chris Paul went to the Raptors.
And he needs to retire.
Or Chris Paul. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Like, he really needs to retire. Chris Paul.
Don't nobody like playing for the Clippers. Except Kawhi Leonard.
When he does play.
He don't play. That's why he like playing for him. So, but yeah, bro, like, ain't nobody trying to play for the Clippers, man. But anyway, man,
I just don't know what you guys are doing. I thought you. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Like I said.
Well, according to Brian Windhorst of ESPN, it says the Nets are not near done. Brooklyn, I expect to be in multiple deals in the next 24 hours. So, like, this team exhausts me, Mets. These teams, all of them. All of them.
I'm sitting here thinking like of what they could be trying to do, but I just don't see it. Unless you're guaranteed the number 1 pick next year, I don't get it.
Yeah, they
and are you going to develop them? Because just because he's the number 1 pick doesn't mean he doesn't need to be developed. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, I guess the days of developing players are just done. Maybe I need to get with the program.
So it says Cam Thomas is receiving trade interest from the Cavs and the Bucks. The Nets left him in Brooklyn. And they went to Orlando. They left him there. They said, you ain't coming on the plane. You stay here. This is just whack, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. What the fuck are they doing over there? So you left this dude on him. So I guess he's gone.
Yeah, if they left him in wherever they left him at, he's done.
Yeah, says he's receiving trade interest from the Cavs and the Bucks. So I mean, just go ahead and get him out of there. Due to personal reasons. Yeah, it is personal at this point between them two. Because why? Because he didn't get the money he wanted from the Nets. And if you're not going to develop the players that you have in-house and pay those guys, I mean, who are you going to develop?
Right.
Okay. So, again, I don't know. They didn't have a problem paying Nick Claxton. They gave him his money, but they shitted on Cam Thomas. You know, Cam Thomas was your leading scorer. You know what I'm saying? Your best player on offense. So, I don't see the point in that.
Clue what this is about. Like,
and then if you're going to trade him, I mean, are you going to get rid of Michael Porter Jr. too? Like, who the fuck's scoring the basketball for you at that point?
Right.
You're cooked.
And I guess, like you said, this is tankier too.
This ain't tanking. This is foolishness. Because you got to build something. You got to create a foundation. It's going to build the shit out the mud like, champions. Rookies, get out there. Go win some games.
Yeah, like what happens when you want to get serious? You're going to have straight rookies out there, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
And then if they don't develop as fast as you want them to develop, you're going to get rid of them too?
Yeah, rookies and second-year players. That's what you're going to have. A whole roster full of them.
And it's going to be a roster full of rookies because they ain't getting no clock like that. And you ain't carving out no roles for them. You ain't, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know what y'all doing, bro. Like, seriously. I thought the Mavericks was bad, but y'all tripping.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the Mavericks Friday, man. But yeah, they keep catching breaks. But anyway, you get out there. That's a slick one right there, boy, Mavericks.
They
call Mavericks for a reason, don't they? But all right, man. Let's get to the football. We'll go ahead and start with the Giants.
Right, New York Giants.
New York Giants.
So, Matt Nagy, he's nagging them. It is nagging these fans that Nagy is the offensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator for the New York Giants, hired by John Harbaugh and company. The Giants also hired an NFL player, Dawn Pont. So she takes over as a senior president of football operations. Oh shit, yo! Who told y'all the Giants needed a football operations person? Yeah. And I told y'all specifically, I said it here first. I remember when I said that. I need to get that clip. But she takes over as she was an NFL in the NFL.
Yep. Front office job.
Front office. Not a team, the NFL. So I definitely wanted to point that out before we get into the Matt Nagy situation here. But yeah, a female. I think it's a good look for the Giants. But here it is right here from Joy Renan. She's been with the league since 2017. as a chief administrator of football operations. So she goes into a VP role with the Giants. I'm telling you, they starting to change that operation now. As I said they should have been did. All right, back to old Nags. Giants analyst says Matt Nagy and Giants are good match. So I'm gonna give y'all the positive side of it. I'm gonna give you what the fans are saying, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and I'm gonna kick it to Pat. Go watch Pat's video. He put out on his channel, dope video, giving you the scoop on Matt Nagy. But we're gonna dive into it a little bit here. So this guy says, I feel like this from former Dana Hughes says, I feel like Nagy can be a huge asset because of his experiences with Alex Smith, a longtime starter and veteran, and transitioning into Patrick Mahomes, having the success of winning Super Bowls with Patrick. Now he's going to a place where they have second-year starter Dart, who has some true glimpses of stardom in his rookie year. You lost all those close games, and it tells you that you're not that far off. So I feel like Matt Nagy can be that right guy. Says Nagy never worked with Harbaugh, but they have a strong connection through Andy Reid, who Harbaugh coached under from 1998 to 2007. Nagy was the head coach in Chicago. Remember that? Those Mitchell Trubisky years. So, that's what got the Giants fans all spooked. Was with Andy Reid 2008 to 2012. During both his stops in Kansas City. So he was the offensive coordinator over there in Kansas City when they won Super Bowls. Look, man. So here's what the fans are saying. Well, the negative ones. He ruined Patrick Mahomes, because the Chiefs kind of fell off, on offense a little bit. They looking at Mitchell Trubisky and some of the quarterbacks that was over there in the stops with Chicago. His first stops with Kansas City. They looking at that, and they saying that, they don't like his offense, and he's not a good fit for Dart. This analyst is saying he's a good fit. And I'm going to say he's a good fit too. I'm going to tell you like this. Here's how I look at it. Dart was with who last year? Brian Dable, right? Then he was with who? Mike Kafka, right? Where did Mike Kafka come from? Kansas City, right? So, again, I'm not saying they got the same offense. I'm just saying look at who the head man is and who the coordinators are and who's going to be dictating what the coordinators are going to be doing. So if he wants to run a certain style, Matt Nagy's experience will allow them to run a certain style that they want instead of a guy coming in there, this guy, I got my system. You run my system. Nah, we need to run a system tailored to this quarterback. Can you do it, Matt Nagy? Yeah, I've been with this quarterback, this quarterback, this quarterback, this quarterback, this quarterback. Can you build a system? Remember, he's in charge of building the system. That's what the offensive coordinator really is. If you think about it, y'all get caught up on his play calling shit. He didn't call plays. It was Andy Reid. So what? They in charge of building the system, building the offense. So that's the inner workings of it. I think what the Giants needed most, they got. And that's experience at the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator. You don't got nobody in there that don't know what the fuck they doing. So you might not like Matt Nagy because you looking at his past, or you don't like his offensive style, or whatever the case is. This guy know what he doing. That I know. You know why I know it? Because he's a Super Bowl champion. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah. We got two coaches now that have rings. See, this is what I don't like about Giants fans. You pick and choose of what you want to do. So you saying you didn't want Matt Nagy because he wasn't calling the plays over there with the Kansas City Chiefs. But then at the other side of your mouth, you blame him for the downfall of Patrick Mahomes. Well, he wasn't calling the plays. Who was calling the plays? Andy Reid was calling the plays. So you can't have it both ways. Then you give him credit for the Chiefs' downfall, but you don't give him credit for when Patrick Mahomes, when he was part of that coaching staff, had his career best season and went on to win the Super Bowl that year. He was part of that. But he can't get credit for that because he didn't call plays. So he can't get credit for when Patrick Mahomes goes off, but he can get the credit for when Patrick Mahomes has a down season because they had injuries, suspensions. Kelsey is older, but you blame him for that. But NYG, as I recall, everybody was crying for a coaching staff that knew what the fuck they were doing.
Right.
This man has been a head coach. And then you want to talk about him over there with the Bears, with Mitchell Trubisky. People forget that with Mitchell Trubisky, the dude had won 12 games with him. And if a field goal could kick a field goal, it might have been the Bears in that Super Bowl.
They was in the playoffs with Matt.
Yeah. When Nick Foles won that Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Yeah, it was the Bears. See? Y'all fucking bugging. I forgot about that. Y'all bugging. Yeah, so he almost went to what would have been 3 Super Bowls.
He was in the NFC
because he went to 2 with he go to 2 with Kansas City and then almost one with Chicago. Yeah, we good with him, yo. Y'all good with Matt Nagy, bro.
And then,
I'm not worried about it.
I always speak on this about this trash ass fan base because I'm gonna say it. You always look at individual bullshit. You got a leader of men in your coaching room now. He is there to build a system for Jackson Dart. This is not Brian Daboll coming over here and saying, I got my system. The quarterback's going to have to run my system. No. You bring your ass over here. You're going to build a system for Jackson Dart for what we see fit, that what he can do. Can you do that, Matt Nagy? Yes, I've been a head coach. I've worked with different quarterbacks. I've worked with Patrick Mahomes, Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles. I've ran systems. So we're going to come in here and we're going to build this system for this quarterback to get him to the best that he can do, right? Yes, sir. All right. I couldn't get Charlie Weiss Jr. for the Jackson Dart because that's who he wanted. I couldn't get Tom Munkin because he went over there to get the head coaching job with the Cleveland Browns, the guy that I wanted, and I'm speaking as John Harbaugh. So guess what? I go with experience. You could have got Cliff Kingsbury for what?
Why would you want? And that's what got me, bro. Why are y'all sweating Cliff Kingsbury, who got fired from Washington just this year?
Because he got Jaden Daniels hurt, throwing him back in there, got him hurt.
Yeah, right. Got him hurt. So you want him to come over here and run Jackson Dart to the ground? Nah,
guess what?
Son.
Same thing with that quarterback over there with the Cardinals, Kyler Murray. Always hurt. Yeah. He was hurt under his system as well. So you want your quarterback hurt?
He another Brian Daboll like to run the quarterback a whole bunch. And that Nagy gonna come over here and run the football. Watch, bro. I can't wait.
and Cliff Kingsbury is another guy that has a huge ego. He does.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that he's a horrible coach. I'm not saying he's a horrible coach, but we don't need another guy to come in here with ego. And plus, that's not going to work with John Harbaugh. It's not. You're going to build a system conducive to what he believes his quarterback needs in order to succeed. And I think you're going to run the ball. I'm right with you. I think Cam Scatterbo and Tyrone Tracy and whatever other running back they get, they better buckle their chin strap this year.
Because I'm hearing they might let light-skinned Jermaine go. So if they do that, you know they're going to get Tyler Linderbaum. And you know they're going to fucking
they're going to get a right tackle
and
get ready for a boring draft.
Get ready for a fucking a big body drive, bro.
Yeah.
You might see that tackle or guard in the first round. I'm telling you, bro. If you think about it, bro, if you just lost, you moving off of Evan Neal, that's one right tackle going. If you let Jermaine Illuminor walk out the door, that's two right tackles going. You don't know what you want to do with Bo yet, if you want to put him at guard or tackle. So you still can work there. So you still need the right tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Get right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
So I mean, you're right. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go out and fill that position. So if you let Jermaine Illuminor walk, if he costs you too much money or you just don't want to pay him as a right tackle, you better have a plan to go out there and fill that spot. Now with John Harbaugh, he can always dig into that Ravens. And now again, y'all messing up because Matt Nagy, where he come from?
Good
Chiefs.
lines.
So again, and good offensive lines, like you said. So who knows what these two can get in free agency and in the draft to fill this offensive line. I got a lot more confidence in than them picking the offensive line than Joe Shane and Brian Dable. They ain't know what the fuck they doing. Now I will say that Joe Shane cannot drive offensive linemen. Hopefully he got one in Bo, but
I think
cross your fingers.
I think
because Smith and Neal is fucking flops.
I think you're gonna have a boring draft, meaning they're gonna get a lot of fat guys. And I think they're going to build this team from inside out. Whatever John Harbaugh has seen with this offensive line, I don't think he likes it. Because you're getting ready to let Greg Van Roten go. You're getting ready to let Jermaine Illuminor go. And if you let those two go, John Runny is not an offensive lineman John Harbaugh normally likes. Same team with him. So you're going to have to get a whole new offensive line. And I know John Michael Schmitz ain't what he wants. So you're probably going to sign Linderbaum. You're probably going to get like 2 to 3 free agent offensive linemen as far as veterans. And I think they're going to go offensive line and defensive line in the draft. And especially linebacker. Now, you might get Avril Reese at 5. But I don't know, man. I think this fan base is going to start trying to turn on John Harbaugh real soon. I'm just going to be honest with you.
And you know what? That's why John Harbaugh got the keys to the organization from John Mara.
Yes, he does.
Because he knew what time it was, bro.
And they sugarcoated it because he didn't want Joe Shane to be put out there like that as far as getting the reins and everything taken from him. But you can see it. They hired a VP of football operations. Shout out to NYG. The lady's been doing this for 30 years. I think she's going to be one of the first women GMs in the league. Like, I've looked at her repertoire. It's pretty impressive.
You got a strong front office now because you still got Brandon Brown in there, right? And
you still got Brandon Brown.
Got Abrams out. That's a plus. Getting him up out of there, and getting that damn Barnes, getting him up out of there, getting them two.
Well, he's still with the organization, but he's not the main trainer,
right? But getting them two out of them spots, you know what I'm saying, was a plus. You got to get these old guards up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So you got two bright young minds. You know, you got in Shane and Brown, and then you can bring in Harbaugh and this Dawn, you know, to set the tone as far as, all right, how we gonna build our football team? Y'all do the scouting, y'all do the, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take care of the ancillary things. We're gonna build the football team, bro. And this is what we need from y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be ran. And,
Yeah,
I'm with it. I think it's dope.
I think Harbaugh has an iron fist on this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they sugarcoated what do you say, however it was hashed out with that contract. That's why I think it took a little bit longer than it normally would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Harbaugh has a strong hold on this Giants team right now, and it was a PR move with Carmen Brasillo too, because I don't think they offered him to come back. I think go a different direction with this team as far as how it's going to be built. So you're going to see a different Giants team. It's not going to be this fabricated offensive type team. I think he's going to build a team that's going to win tough games. I'll be honest with you, Jackson Dart might be that piece that they need, because he did a lot of shit with nothing around him last year.
And you get some around Jackson Dart, right? This how you stop him from running around getting hit all the time. You run the football. All you gotta do is run the football. You take the ball out of his hands. You don't have him throwing like that. You open your offense up, because you gotta look how those Raven teams were built. You know what I'm saying? They were built inside. You know what I'm saying? So they had all pro Hall of Famers on those offensive and defensive lines consistently. So, you know, hope you get one in Linderbaum. You know what I'm saying? So
you might see a fullback with the Giants.
You know, so I hope so, man. I hope they get back to what they do. And I think that's what the Maras were telling them. You know, when Chris Mara went over there and talked to John Harbaugh, he probably told him, look, how can we get the fans wanted the old Giants back? How can we do that? Can you get us back there, man? You got to build from the inside out, man. Yo, these guys, you know, they signing wide receivers and, you know, chasing quarterbacks and running people out the door, you know, because they ain't their draft picks now. What can we do here? You know, look, I'm going to build your offensive line. You already got a defensive line. We're just going to add some pieces to it, and we're going to get busy in the NFC East, because who are you playing? You playing Philadelphia, who, by all accounts, you know, despite them seemingly falling apart now, they still got an offensive line and defensive line that's gonna whip your ass, bro. If you go in there, you know, with some baby diapers on, you know what I'm saying? So you got to respect that. You got to respect Dallas. You know what I'm saying? People don't like the Cowboys. They trash them and things like that, man. I like to trash them too, like just like anybody else. But you know, football is football, man. You know, and especially a team that has beat you. You know, despite you getting a win on them this year, you know they have beat you consistently with offensive and defensive line play. You know, the Commanders have been, you know, improving their lines, you know, trying to catch you and get, you know, past you there. You know, they make moves every year as well, just like any other NFL team, you know, and they still got a quarterback that you hope your quarterback can rival in Jaden Daniels. So you got to take all that in consideration. And the best way for this team to get better is to play big boy. There you go. NFC East Big Boys Football. Apartment Gamer, shout out to you, man. Hit that like and subscribe for Unpopular Opinion Sports and the Aboriginal Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, big boy football, man. Big boy football, man. NFC East, run the football, stop the run, rush the passer, beat up on quarterbacks. Y'all remember that game where they bust Donovan McNabb's ass, man, sacked him like, 12 times or something like that. I think OC had 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the type of stuff I want to get back to. Brandon Jacobs and, you know, running people over. You know what I'm saying? Just him and Bradshaw. You know, just running straight up the gut. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? 4th and goal, 3rd and goal. Like, you know, like Giants can't even get. You get 1st and goal, you can't get it in.
I think, man, bro, I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
real with you, NYG. If they do what I think they're gonna do, you're gonna see a smash mouth football team again. It's not gonna be the high flying, throw the ball all over the yard type bullshit that this fan base has wanted for the past 10 years. Let's keep it a buck. You've been wanting that shit since Ben McAdoo.
Right.
And it hasn't worked.
Same thing.
And I think you're going to see a grimy team again, bro. And they're going to lose some tough games and they're going to win some tough games. And Jackson Dart, he's with it. Like, he's with it. He hasn't complained. He likes the way John Harbaugh is doing things. So you're probably not going to see the Jackson Dart that was getting hit and doing all type of crazy things every single play. You may see it in clutch time, which is the best way to do it. All of a sudden, you know, we've been running the ball, we've been trying to drive it down your throat, and now we pass the ball and he makes a play.
Let him loose. Let him loose in the 4th quarter. He could be your closer.
Yeah. And what better way to close it? Because that dude, he just has a knack for getting out of pressure. And I do believe he made that offensive line look way better than what it was last year.
They're already saying the Giants can take a Patriots-like leap, you know, and you know, I honestly thought they could do it this year, but Jackson Dart just wasn't quite ready, and this team wasn't quite ready, and you had a dickhead head coach. That was the main reason, but he couldn't get out of his way. So, but with John Harbaugh now, you know, a legend coming into the building, you definitely are going to see. You can give them at least 3 to 4 wins. Vegas has already done that just with the coaching upgrade. That's how bad of a coach Brian Daboll was. We've been saying that on this network for years now. You know, Pat been saying it, coach, you know, man cave. A lot of us like how bad this coaching was over here. It was terrible. So even Las Vegas can tell you that it's going to be before free agencies even started. You gave them plus 3 because I think they was 5.5 last year when we did the
Now they're giving them like
8.5. So they gave them plus 3 just with the coaching upgrade. 3 wins off rip,
which is just fine because if we had a real coach in here, we probably would have won 4 of those games.
See what I'm saying?
We
all those close games you lost.
Yeah, we would have won that Saints game. We would have won that Broncos game. We would have won that Bears game. Probably would have won that Lions game. And that's what 8 wins right there. So one last thing, NYG, and I'm gonna let you do your thing. All these people that want this receiver at pick 5, I don't think you're gonna get that. I don't think you're gonna get that at all. If somehow Caleb Downs makes it to 5, I think he's the guy that they're gonna get. Is it gonna be him or that linebacker? I think they're gonna want to get Arvell Reese. Yep. And they might be both gone, and they might take the best right tackle if they don't sign.
The Jets take Ty Simpson. That's what y'all need to hope.
Yeah, if they take Ty Simpson, one of them is gonna be there.
Hope one of them quarterbacks get hyped up enough, and y'all like to do it. So this is the year to do it. You fucking Giants fans, if y'all want a good player, because you ain't taking a quarterback, you know. So hope one of them quarterbacks get hyped up so that Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs can drop to the Giants at 5. That's what I'm leaning for right now. If I'm the Giants, either them two are the best offensive lineman available.
See, and yeah, you got Las Vegas, Jets, Arizona, Tennessee, and then the New York Giants. Tennessee is not taking a quarterback.
They're going to
Arizona, yeah, I think they do go.
They got Rob over there. Yeah.
I think
They're
Arizona
running that team. So if Dable get his way, they might go receiver. You know how Brian Dable is, but if Rob's solid, that's why I think that's gonna be an interesting dynamic, man.
Yeah.
And then they added Gus Bradley to the Knicks. Oh,
right, bro. that could blow up in their face real quick. But if the Jets take Ty Simpson, we got a chance to get either Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs.
Yep, that's how I'm looking at it.
And he's gonna want an impact player, and he loves that kid from Notre Dame at safety that they had over there with the Ravens. And if he could get that again with Caleb Downs, Hamilton, I think that's the guy that they're gonna pick.
Yep, me too.
Because
and I'm with it. And normally I wouldn't. Normally I would be like, man, you know, fucking safety. But that goddamn Javon Holland,
he gotta go. He gotta go, bro. He's not a tackler. He doesn't play. He doesn't play over the top at safety very well. What does he do? What does he do, bro?
I don't like that.
Unless he has some epiphany with John Harbaugh, he can bring something out of him.
I mean, he probably gonna be on the team, but
he has to be on the team because of his contract.
Right, in that situation, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to play him in a secondary role. Once this kid Caleb Downs is ready to take the reins, which is probably gonna be very soon, he's gonna play
immediately.
He's gonna outplay Javon Holland right off the rip, and so you know you're gonna have to tell Javon Holland, look, we gonna put you on the bench, bro, or put you on special teams. Maybe sit through you on some 3 safety looks, but outside of that, you ain't gonna be on the field that much. He probably gonna get pissed off. Hope he asks for a trade. Hope you can get rid of him.
He's probably gonna ask for a trade.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta hope.
AK, what's going on, AK? But yeah, I think
AK, what's good with you, bro?
That kid Caleb Downs is there at 5. That's where they're going, because you don't need another receiver that commands the ball with Malik Neighbors on the field.
You need a veteran, bro.
Yeah, they need a veteran.
Go get a veteran.
They need a veteran. I won't even mind.
Ravens do like veterans. That's one thing about the Ravens that I noticed.
They're gonna get a veteran quick.
Yeah, they do like veterans and old ones too. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring in what's his name?
D-Hop.
They brought
Odell
Beckham. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring in old guys like that.
I think they even brought in
somebody else
from the Cowboys. Dang, what's his damn name?
What's it?
He used to throw up the X all the time.
Dez Bryant.
They brought him in too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you might see an old man. Hey, bring in Mike Evans.
Or Keenan Allen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say right there. Off rip. And if you can do that,
that's the perfect compliment.
They want to sign Wan'Dale Robinson. So you hope Keenan Allen.
You sign Wan'Dale Robinson, you ain't getting Mike Evans because you're not paying 2 receivers almost $20 million a year. So,
well, yeah, that's true. But again, you still gotta think about. Well, I mean, if you're keeping Darius Slayton, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but I mean, I think you good because you'll have Neighbors, you'll have Keenan Allen, Slayton,
Wan'Dale Robinson,
and then if you could draft somebody,
I'll get one of them big kids like Malachi Fields in the 3rd or 4th round.
That's what I would do. Because what they don't want to do is, and I know this is Joe Shane, so y'all want to get on him for this. I'm pretty sure this is his push. He don't want to give up on his draft picks. You know what I'm saying? So you're already giving up on Evan Neal. They already talking about Kayvon Thibodeau might be out the door. And you're already talking about moving off of John Michael Smith. So it's making it worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably pushing like hell for Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, look, he's actually performing, goddammit. because the GM's record is the GM's record is largely based on his drafts and his free agent signings. And those drafts are they starting to look a little grim. I ain't gonna front. With the new revelations of,
I think that's why
moving off.
I think that's why he was so nervous during that press conference with John Harbaugh. And Harbaugh did him a solid. You know what I'm saying? He kept shouting him out.
But I think what it was though, and you got to be honest, bro. That dude's first year was his first year on the job, and that was the worst draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the second year wasn't that. The second year wasn't great either. But then that third year, you can say, all right, now you starting to cook. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta. That's the progression in a job, in a GM job. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give them time to cook. But just like Poles over there in Chicago, they was ready to get rid of him. Then he got Caleb Williams, and he started adding pieces for Caleb Williams, and now they satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do to everybody with a 1-2 year. Hey, if you ain't good in the second year, you're out of here. You can't do that. They want to do that with everything. With the only ones you don't do it with is the owners, and that's what I'm here for. Those big wigs. But again, y'all do that with everybody else. You do it with the GM. You do it with the coaches. You do it with the damn players. You do it with everybody, man. You get 2 years. If you ain't good in 2 years, you're a bum.
And like I said, I think Joe Shane's fighting for his life in that building, bro. So he's gonna have to get John Harbaugh exactly what he wants, and they better be good at what he wants. So that's why I believe he was so nervous. And like I said, shout out to John Harbaugh, because he didn't come there and put that man underneath the gun. He shouted him out, let people know that he's a part of the team. But you can't tell me that he didn't get full autonomy in that contract. It's not going to take you a week to sign a head coach when you already announced that he's going to be the next head coach. So that's why I think Joe Shane was so nervous during that press conference. They told him, yo, we're going to keep you here for PR. But this is John Harbaugh's show. So
they want him there because he has relations in the NFL, as you see.
Yes, he does.
On Hard Knocks. And I think the dude is a good scout. It's not with offensive linemen. You know what I'm saying? Keep him. You can't go to the offensive lineman meetings, Joe. We're gonna let John, everybody else handle those.
Yeah,
you stay out those meetings, but you know what I'm saying? But man, I mean, he got your quarterback. I think he's hit on a couple receivers. You like Wan'Dale Robinson, you like Malik Neighbors, you don't like Hyatt, but we think Hyatt was misused. A lot of people think Hyatt was misused in the years he was here, but I think his confidence is shot and think he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
So I'll give him a little bit of a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got you some defensive pieces. You like Abdul Carter, you like Kayvon Thibodeau. Banks was good in his first year. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if they can revive him, and there's people that like Cordell Fly. So you like Drew Phillips. So I just think really offensive lineman, man, is I don't think he really did too well with D tackles either. So you kind of messed on Davison and the Phillips kid, and we'll see with my man Alexander.
Alexander might turn out.
I think he'll be good. I mean, we've seen him in person, so I think that dude's a beast. But I think you missed on some of the other ones, man. So it's a little rocky in the trenches, and I think that's what John Harbaugh is here to fix. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got to get to the Jets real quick. I know y'all don't want to do it, but we got to do it.
New York Jets.
So the Jets making a move on their offensive end as well, not to be outdone, son. they went out and got themselves a former head coach, and Mr. Frank Reich. Y'all remember he coached the Indianapolis Colts for years over there. So the Jets go out and get Reich. It says next move after naming Frank Reich as OC is painfully obvious. So they went out and got themselves an experienced offensive coordinator. And you starting to see a trend, because these hot shot coordinators, sometimes they just ain't it. Especially when you got teams in New York that are thirsty for some type of success. Veterans generally get you baseline. Veterans get you baseline because they know the game. A veteran coach, player, whatever, might not can excel a team or position or whatever to the next level because you just don't have it like that no more. But he gonna get you baseline because he know what he's doing. His or her experience will take over in certain situations. That's gonna outperform a rookie or outthink a rookie that's doing it on the job. You see it with coaches in game management situations all the time with these rookie or inexperienced offensive coordinators and head coaches that come from offensive coordinators. You see it all the time. So I think Aaron Glenn being the leader of men type of coach, and I think with guys like Aaron Glenn and John Harbaugh want to do, Pat, they want to allow themselves to say, all right, I know my man got my offense. I know my man got my defense. I don't got no rookies over here. So I don't have to be like all on the offense or all on the defense because I got a rookie coordinator that's really trying to get his feet wet. I can really oversee this whole team and put my prints where they need to go based on the whole team, whether it be special teams, offense, defense. Now with John Harbaugh, the front office, wherever he needs to be at, he can operate as a CEO, a true CEO, and he don't have to worry about, oh man, this my coordinator, he might fuck up here. You know what I'm saying? And I think Aaron Glenn is copying because everybody laughed at the Jets and got rid of the what are they doing? Calm down. Now people may not like Frank Reich. He spent says he spent last season as the interim head coach at Stanford. But he had success with the Colts, designing offenses, man. So my football guru, Mr. Big Pat Sports Talk, man, talk about that part of it, man. What the scheme might look like, man, with a coach like Frank Reich, some of the offense he ran over there with the Colts.
Well, the first thing they got to do is get Frank Reich a quarterback.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do anything with Ty.
That's why I was talking about Ty Simpson, man. But I know you want Mendoza, but
yeah, Mendoza going to the Raiders.
You know what I'm saying?
And that could be a chance Ty Simpson goes to the Jets at number 2 because they have to get a quarterback.
They need.
And there's not too many veteran quarterbacks that you can just go out there and be like, yo, we're going to roll with him and give your fan base anything to even watch you. So it could be Ty Simpson number 2, especially if he has a good offseason as far as what do you call that? The combine and everything. He makes some throws at the combine. He definitely could be playing at number 2. And I will say this, Ty Simpson over there with the Jets will be way better than what they had last year. That's just a fact. It is. It's not saying that much, but it is. Ty Simpson over there with the New York Jets would actually might turn some heads a little bit with Frank Reich out there because all them dudes over there with the Colts, they know how to build a quarterback-friendly system. They do. You know what I'm saying? You go out there, you get your receiver to pair with Wilson. Maybe, a guy like Alec Pierce. You know what I'm saying? He's a big guy. He's a deep threat. He's a veteran. He knows what to do out there, and you know what you're gonna get with Alec Pierce. And I liked him out of Cincinnati. I wanted us to draft him. But I think you find a way to keep Breece Hall and that other guy together, and you go with the running game. You see what I'm saying? Like New York, y'all gotta get y'all heads out of y'all ass. I'm just gonna say it to you. You run the football in New York, man. If that team runs the football, takes the pressure off that rookie quarterback, he has a guy that he can depend on in Wilson. Get him another guy like Alec Pierce or somebody that he can depend on. Get you a decent tight end. They got a couple of young tight ends over there, but get you a tight end that you can trust. And if those guys develop into that, kudos to them. And you run the football. And you let the chips fall as they may. You're not going to beat the Patriots too many times. But I think you can compete with the Bills. I damn sure think you can compete with the Bills because they're going to allow you to. And just get back to the basics, man. That's what both these teams need to do. Get back to the basics. And then you find your way. But as long as we're doing the basics correctly, we got a chance to win every game. Yeah, you're going to lose a couple of games, but you're going to win a couple of games that you shouldn't have lost. Because you were able to run the ball and keep that clock moving and keep that other offense off the field. And you may get some fluky turnover or something, or your defense may just be balling that game. And you can beat somebody like the Steelers or somebody. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that kid Ty Simpson will be a good pick for them. I truly believe that.
Yeah, man. They gotta do something. Like I said, they gotta do something. Now that yeah, man. Can you get him at 16? You see what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about here. You got 2 picks. Now, you know, can you really double up here? You know, like the Giants did last year. You know, take your defensive stud with the second pick, and then get your quarterback with that second round pick that you got, and then you take off. You got your coaches in place, and you got something to work with now. That's how I'm looking at it for the New York Jets. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely believe that because of these guys. If you know these guys,
I don't think you're taking Ty Simpson at 2, unless he's just.
I'm talking about at 16. You get Ty Simpson at 16. That takes a lot of pressure off that kid. Then at number 2. That's an absolute fact. Glad you brought that up. But if you could get you an Avril Reese at number 2 and get Ty Simpson at 16,
what I'm talking about, bro.
Yo, I think you hit. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Or if you find a veteran that you can believe in, and shit, you take the best offensive lineman available at 16.
Well, they talking about, jeez, bro. This the veteran they talking about, bro. I don't know if you. I don't know if you. Well, you know this account here, NFL Rumors. I don't pay too much mind to this account, but you know they get it right sometimes. But
although Brissett did play,
it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because he coached with the right. It says from time with the Colts. So if you want to look into that, y'all can. But
man, that boy bring over Brissett, and they have another bad season.
I think they need to go ahead and get that boy Ty Simpson, man. Because you can't get Mendoza. There ain't no other quarterback in this draft really, as of now.
Carson Beck, I don't know.
Unless you like Nussmeier, they say he looked good at the Senior Bowl, so I don't know, but we'll see. You know, Dart had kind of one of those Senior Bowl moments where he shot up. You know what I'm saying, past everybody. So this is one of those quarterback drafts where that can happen because it ain't no real consensus other than Mendoza. So you know, Nussmeier or I think what Chambliss is he in it too, ain't he?
Yeah, he got to because they refused his 6-year eligibility.
Not a 6 year. So if him or Nussmeier or you know, Ty Simpson, one of them, you know, start to elevate, you're gonna see that probably be the next quarterback taking off the board.
If Chambers and his team do it right, he can elevate himself as the number 2 quarterback and might get picked at number 2. Because when you look at Ole Miss and Chambers played some ball in that playoffs. He played some ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he would definitely fit the attitude with Wilson. They would get along just fine.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? But Jets got 2 first-round picks. You got Frank Reich, a veteran coach. That's what I'm talking about. Get yourself some veteran coaches in here. Stop going after these hot shot, no head coach experience.
Flash of the pan.
Flash of the pan offensive coordinators. They had one decent season as offensive coordinator, and all of a sudden, they're the head coach of a team. Like, bro, being a head coach of a team is way more than having whatever you had at offensive coordinator. You gotta be a leader of men. You gotta be able to look at coaches, GMs, owners, footballs and operations. You got to motivate players, bring the best out of players, get people that can develop players because you can't develop a whole team. It's 53 freaking guys. You got to have somebody that can develop the positions that they brought in to develop. And then Aaron Glenn, I'm just going to keep it a buck. People ain't going to like this, but you have another 3-4 win season, you're out of here.
Well, it's already a rumor that John Gruden it came from that same account, that rumors account, said John Gruden, they must don't like the Jets on that account, but said John Gruden was rumored to be the next head coach of the New York Jets. Now, John Gruden is trying to get back in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like John Gruden as a head coach
to get to the Giants head coach.
Yeah, I don't like Gruden. Keep him off from my team. Keep him away from my quarterback. I don't like this little quarterback little show he had. Fuck that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, screw him. Get him out of here. And it's really, with me with Gruden, it just go back to Tony Dungy and how he took over Dungy's team and got the credit for it. And everybody's been lauding him as this great head coach ever since. And I'm not buying it. So if I'm the Jets, I'm staying away from Gruden. Give this man Aaron Glenn and let him and Frank Reich go over there and build you a goddamn football team. Stop playing fucking games and turning over coaches every 2 years. Yep. Shit, that's what y'all need to do. Keep fucking
run the fucking football. Re-sign that boy Breece Hall and let him and Braylon Allen win you some games.
Yeah, definitely need to sign Breece Hall. Breece Hall need to have a better fantasy season next year, though, man.
Oh, man.
We get back together, brothers. All right, man. Yeah, I think that I don't really got nothing else for y'all tonight, man.
Yeah, there ain't no baseball news.
We could, like I said, Coach will be back soon. He's still coming back. He's on the mend, so he'll be back soon. When he comes back, of course, he'll hit the coach's corner. Can't nobody do it like him. I'm not even going to attempt to. So he'll hit the coach's corner for you, and then we'll also get our coaches segment back going. You know what I'm saying? When we do the top 5 list, I thought that's pretty dope, man. So we just giving y'all a compressed version of Heart of the City. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, man. But shout out to Pat, man, for holding it down with me tonight. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up with a little general convo. Last couple thoughts here, man, before we get out of here, man. But I do think that the Jets and the Giants might actually be headed in the right direction on the coaching side of it. You know what I'm saying? With the Jets, you got to get the quarterback. We saying Ty Simpson, maybe Chambliss. I'm going to be watching the quarterbacks this year just for the Jets. I'm going to keep it a buck just for the Jets because the Giants don't need no quarterback. So I'm going to do it just for the Jets. Maybe me and Pat will do a show for y'all and get into the quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a Jets thing. But they need to get that right. I think if they get that right, they will be on their way too. The Giants, they needed the coach. They got the coach. I think they're ready to cook. And with these basketball teams, I think the theme here should be stay pat. Shout out to Pat. but I don't think the Knicks need to make a move unless it's for Giannis. And I'm only saying do Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. Don't give him OG Anunoby, then keep Bridges. Or don't give him Josh Hart or somebody, no. The trade is Cat Towns and Bridges and whatever picks y'all got left, because we got all the rest of them.
Right.
But them two and maybe that Ghassan Yabusele dude y'all trying to get rid of. I don't know what he did to y'all, but they don't like him. He's running him out the door. That's the trade. If you can't do that, if they pushing you too hard, I don't think it's no other move you should make this season. Maybe you wait till the off season and just try to hold it down in the meantime. And with the Nets, I don't know there's a move what are you going to do? You're just giving away your players for no reason, in my opinion. And you're not trying to make them happy, by paying them. You paying these old veterans and you doing all these salary dump contracts and shit like that. Give your young guys the bread that's holding it down for you. That's that bullshit. I'm gonna make a video on that, man. That's starting to irk me what the Nets are doing now. But I think both teams just probably, and it's a good chance they might not do anything come the deadline, unless Cam Thomas gets moved. I think he's probably the most. I don't think the Nets gonna move Michael Porter Jr. You ain't gonna have no offense if you move off Michael Porter Jr. And Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to at least keep one just to be watchable. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the most likely move for the Nets. I think the Knicks, unless they can pull something off for Giannis, which it ain't looking like they are going to. There's a lot of other teams in the mix, including the Nets for some fucking reason. But unless they could pull off a trade for Giannis, I don't think it's going to happen. So I think both those teams are probably going to be going to Friday with the same, or similar style rosters. In baseball, man, spring training is coming up. We'll get Mets in here next week if he's available. And we'll try to cover that for you. I think it's a week away. Mets, or is it 2 weeks away? If you're still there in the chat, when it's spring training, we'll get into the baseball one because ain't really. We covered Cody Bellinger and all the Mets moves. I'm not going to go over it all again, but definitely get into the spring training when that pops up. So. Can't forget about my NHL. NHL is tomorrow though, because I was just looking at it. I think the Islanders and the Devils play. Yeah, Islanders and Devils play. The Rangers are absolutely awful. 22, 28, and 6. Islanders look like the best bet right now. New York 31, 21, and 5. I'll show off the standings real quick before we get out of here for the hockey fans. If any are out there, which probably ain't, but if you are, I'll give you your hockey scoop. But I'm going to get y'all interested in hockey with this doc coming out. I'm probably going to drop it Friday. We got some good information on hockey. Hey. All right. NHL. Right now, standings. As you see here in the Eastern Conference. Go to expanded. Yeah. So, yeah, Islanders. I mean, like I said, they're the best bet in first, second, third, fourth. But damn, they still down there at the bottom too. Yikes.
Yeah.
Devils and Rangers are both at the bottom of the conference. Look at there. This is the Eastern Conference standings here. 25-26 hockey. I know I'm looking at the right one. Man, New York sports is just awful. The fuck? We can't get no hockey wins. Islanders, man, hopefully they can pull it off, man. But you got the Penguins, Boston Bruins, and Buffalo. Why is Buffalo, Boston, and Pittsburgh always ahead of New York in every sports standing?
Boston.
It's always Boston, Philly, except basketball, Philly's ass. Boston, Philly, and freaking now Detroit. Yeah, we don't need to talk about, man. We don't need to talk about the hockey because, again, it's just more sadness for y'all. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. This is bad, bro. Like they both at the bottom, just like the Giants and Jets.
Yeah, the hockey version.
Oh man, yeah. Buffalo too, right? Yeah, they always ahead of them too, and the two sports they do play in. Jeez, man.
Spring training is 2 weeks away, according to our Major League Baseball aficionado, Mets 2128, aka Snarf, is 2 weeks away. So we definitely gonna get you in here, Mets, with spring training starts. We need that MLB. But one last thing before I get out of here with you New York Giants fans. All you fans that's out there that clamor for these receivers, I think you're going to be very disappointed in what happens in the draft. Is it going to be right tackle? Tate or Jordan Tyson. Some people are saying Mekhi Lemon, that's only 5'8". We already got Wan'Dale Robinson. Why are we putting Mekhi Lemon out there with Wan'Dale Robinson? Make that make sense. Even though I believe Mekhi Lemon is a very good receiver out of USC. But if you're going to draft Mekhi Lemon, you might as well get rid of Wan'Dale Robinson. There's a better version of Wan'Dale Robinson. That's it. But I think you guys are going to be very disappointed when it comes to this draft. I really think they're going to fix the trenches here first. I believe that's his first order of business, to fix the trenches. So we'll see. I mean, if you ain't got nothing left, man,
because you getting pushed around in the trenches.
Yeah.
So Harbaugh sees that. I mean, he's played the Giants, so that's
his dad even said it.
That's where you gonna have to make your bread and butter over here. But you got somebody that comes from the AFC North, not the AFC East or the AFC South or somewhere like that. You got somebody that knows
trench warfare.
Knows football. You know what I'm saying? There's
a lot of trench warfare over there in the AFC.
Yeah.
The Browns give it to you.
They get busy. The Browns, the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? At least on offense and shit. The Steelers and Ravens. They what they do. Man. So. Yeah, so definitely, man, it's battles over there, man. But yeah, man, that's all I got for tonight. Be on the lookout for NBA Heat Check coming up Friday, man, and may do a little Super Bowl preview for y'all Sunday NFL on ABSN. So stay tuned on the Aboriginal Sports Network, man, for all those shows, man. Check out Aboriginal Sports Knowledge channel podcast. You got to check that out because that's where you're gonna catch all the documentaries, all the all the stuff that makes you think. I'll just put it like that. The stuff that makes you think. You're gonna find it all there. So check out that channel right there. I'm gonna get the link in the chat here. Boom, man. There you go. Y'all hit the link there. Go subscribe to Aboriginal Sports Knowledge. Like I said, all our pre-recorded content and our docu-series are going to be premiered over there. And stay tuned right here, man, on the Aboriginal Sports Network for all your live stream content, man, game calls, all that and much more. Also, don't forget to check out Unpopular Opinion Sports and my fucking unpopular opinions. I'm gonna be giving them to y'all. All that and much more, man. So that's all I got, man. You know what it is, man. Producer, take us out.
All right, peace. Hey, check out Aboriginal Sports Knowledge, man. A lot of things over there that make you think. It's in the name. Ask questions. ASK, Aboriginal Sports Knowledge. And until then, peace.
Peace.